Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for one of the biggest pay-per-views in Universe Mode. It is time to finish off the calendar year with tables, ladders, and chairs. And we're going to kick it off with Rob Van Dam versus Sheamus in a tables match. Now, before we get into this match, a few quick things from me. First, if you want to watch a specific matchup on the show, go to the description down below and they'll have the full match card there. So if you want to check out the card, you can do that, but you can also click on the timestamp there as well to go ahead and skip ahead and watch whatever match you want. So if you don't want to watch this one, you want to watch the main event, you can go and do that. But just be warned, if you do go ahead and watch the main event and you come back and watch some of the other matches, you possibly could get spoiled some way. Sometimes I like to recap, sometimes I like to reference what's already gone on the night, so just be careful about that. So if you don't want to get spoiled, you want to watch the whole thing eventually, you're probably best to go from here all the way through. So this match is underway. Just to finish that off as well, please leave comments in the comment section down below and also leave a like in the video. That'd be very much appreciated. But when you leave a comment, just be careful before you have watched the full show. There will be spoilers. Everybody complains, oh, I'm getting spoiled, why are you guys spoiling the matches? It's always going to have spoilers. So if you want to leave a comment, avoid the comment section below. Don't read the comments if you want to watch the full show. If you're coming to the video late, don't read the comments. Read it at the end of the show, watch the damn thing, and then leave a comment. So don't let yourself get spoiled. Watch the whole thing, sit back and enjoy, because it's time for TLC, baby, as Sheamus hits Van Dam in the head with a table to get this one underway. Of course, the tables match, the only way to win is by putting your opponent through a table. This one's been going on for a long time between Sheamus and Rob Van Dam. It all started a couple of months ago when these two guys were a tag team and they decided to split but remain friends. They wanted to remain as an alliance and perhaps go back to being a tag team one day, but both men, they already kind of done everything there was to do in the tag division. They won the championships and they were a very successful team, very good team, but what was next for them? There really wasn't much else for them to do. They were struggling as a team a little bit. That just wasn't happening for them. They could have went back and decided, oh, wait a minute. Oh, Sheamus bouncing off the table, almost going through it. Oh, Van Dam, if he had it connected with that drop kick, this one could have been over very, very early. But these two guys, they went at it, and they definitely are trying. Oh, that time Van Dam connected, but Sheamus did not go through the table. Jeez, very close to going through the table very, very early on, Sheamus. So this one kind of all began before Hell in a Cell, and it was a number one contendership match. Both men were trying to get the US Championship. Both men were the two guys who were poised to be the next contender for the US Championship. They had a match. Sheamus came ahead and won at the end of the day. Van Dam was okay with that. He was supporting his friend, and he decided, look, I'm still going to be your friend. You may have the championship opportunity. I may be annoyed that I didn't get that, but I'm still going to be in your corner at Hell in a Cell. And he was supporting Sheamus. Unfortunately, Sheamus couldn't get it done at Hell in a Cell, and he lost. But what did Sheamus do? He took out his frustrations on Rob Van Dam. It wasn't Van Dam's fault. He didn't get himself involved. He just sat back and watched and cheered his friend on. Perhaps Sheamus wanted him to get involved and help him out, but Van Dam didn't do that. He kept it fair, and Sheamus just wasn't the better man. So Sheamus, at the end of the match, he just basically turned into a different person. He bro-kicked Rob Van Dam, and ever since, Sheamus has just been this new man, and it's not someone that you want to see. You know, this guy has had an attitude problem. He's had a chip on his shoulder ever since this situation with Rob Van Dam began, and he's just had this new demeanor about him. He's just a new aggressive side of Sheamus, and he's becoming just a bit of a bully. And I don't know why Sheamus is doing this. I don't know why Sheamus has turned this new leaf, but you know, I don't really want to see Sheamus like this, but unfortunately, Sheamus has just turned into this whole different person, and he's just out to get vengeance on Rob Van Dam. And unfortunately, for Sheamus, he wasn't able to do that when they had a six-man tag team match at Survivor Series with Team Van Dam. They came away with the victory. So at the moment, it's 1-1 between these two guys. This is probably the rubber match. You know, this is the third match between the two. This will settle the score. Who is the better man between the two? We're gonna find out here tonight. And at the moment, Rob Van Dam kicking Sheamus down, and Sheamus trying to get back to his feet. Nice counter there as RVD tried to kick Sheamus again, but was unable to hit the spinning heel kick. As Sheamus gets Van Dam back up, and of course, Van Dam want to try and quicken the pace again, and he went for the kick again. Sheamus has got him well scouted. Obviously, these two men know each other's moveset inside out, teaming up with each other for a number of months. Nice little neck breaker there. Of course, you go back to TLC last year where Rob Van Dam, he had a night that he would love to forget, where he had the opportunity against Brock Lesnar for the WWE Championship. Van Dam infamously was on the top of the ladder, about to reach for the championship. Brock Lesnar was down. Van Dam could have beaten Brock Lesnar's huge streak, undefeated streak, was just dominating. You know, he had this huge championship reign that nobody was able to beat him on pay-per-view. Van Dam had the opportunity to do it. Instead, he jumped off the top rope, and it all went downhill from there as, here we go, off the table! Oh, Sheamus getting out of the way. That could have been it. But Van Dam going through the table, of course, he wasn't forced through the table by his opponent, so it will not count. This one will continue. As we've seen one table break here tonight already, I wonder how many we will see. I mean, we have 2 TLC matches to come later on. We have a no-holds-barred match between Ryback and Roman Reigns, and we just learned as well that Dolph Ziggler versus Kane will be no disqualification as well. So we might see a few more tables later on tonight, that is for sure. So this is going to be a big show tonight, folks. So stick around because you're definitely going to enjoy what we have. We have a lot of matches as well, so it just isn't. This isn't just your standard pay-per-view. This is going to be a big one. We want to finish the year strong. There's a nice DDT, beautiful counter there from Van Dam. We want to finish this pay-per-view strong, finish the year off strong, heading in towards the next year in Universe Mode, which of course the Royal Rumble, very close, and that will be the next time we see you guys on pay-per-view as Sheamus almost taking the head off Rob Van Dam, and I guess he's going to try and get another table introduced into this one, as the other one has been broken. Here we go, the second table. So Sheamus has the table, puts it in the ring, decides to try and take down Van Dam. Not gonna be able to do it as Rob Van Dam able to take down Sheamus. And obviously Sheamus, I think Sheamus is much more suited to this type of match. You know, he's a much stronger, much bigger between the two, but just being able to pick up his opponent and slam him through a table is much more easier for Sheamus than Van Dam. But here we go, Rob Van Dam! Beautiful move there, and that could be enough to put Sheamus down. He just has to set up a table. And I tell you what, if he can do that same move when Sheamus is laying on a table, I guarantee you Sheamus is going through it. But RVD has been taken down. The tide has turned again. Sheamus back in control, waiting for Rob Van Dam to get back to his feet. Has a hold of that table, deciding to set it up. What has he got planned now is Rob Van Dam just standing around, waiting for Sheamus to make his move. Now he wants the table. Van Dam has the table. Sheamus in trouble now. But Rob Van Dam will set up the table instead. And Sheamus, well, he's going to take the table back down. And they're going to put it in the corner. Probably a good idea. Get it out of the way. As RVD back in the ring. Has a hold of Sheamus. Sheamus is in trouble. That table is definitely in play. This is anyone's match. Oh, beautiful belly-to-belly suplex. Showing the strength like we told you guys a moment ago. This match is definitely tailor-made for a guy like Sheamus. And if he can do that same move where the table is in the corner and hit it perfectly, I can tell you what, Rob Van Dam will be going through that table. Oh, wait a minute. Sheamus bouncing off the table. Oh, what a drop kick. But I don't think he connected. Sheamus still in it just. And now Rob Van Dam face first on the table. And Sheamus drills the shoulder through the table. Rob Van Dam goes through the table. There you go. Drilling the shoulder into the back of Van Dam. Here's a better look. Bang! Just driving his force, the strength, the power of Sheamus. Drilling Van Dam through the table, doing enough to force the break. And Sheamus, I suppose, this little rivalry between Sheamus and Rob Van Dam, the Celtic Warrior has the last laugh. Sheamus walks away with the victory. And what a win it was. That opened up TLC, ladies and gentlemen. That's just the start of tonight's show. It's going to get even bigger than this. But first, let's get to our first championship matchup. Ladies and gentlemen, my guest at this time, Paul Heyman. I just want to know from you, Paul, are you and Dean Ambrose on good terms? I mean, you haven't been seen for a couple of months. What's the situation between you and Dean? Listen. The thing is, Dean Ambrose and I, we don't have to be together every single week. There's no point to that. I'm here tonight because Dean Ambrose is in one of the biggest matches in his career. And I told Dean that I will take him to the top. And that's exactly what I've done. And you see, bigger things are in store for Dean Ambrose. I don't have to be there when he's having a random match, a random tag team match. He doesn't need me there. He needs me here when the championship is on the line and when it's all or nothing for Dean. And that's why I'm here. Tonight, Dean Ambrose faces Rusev, one of the biggest and baddest men we have here on SmackDown. The new rising star on this company, on this brand. Dean Ambrose faces him. Now, Dean Ambrose, he knows that he's good enough to beat Rusev, but I'm here to tell him that and reassure him that whilst he's in that ring. Because Dean Ambrose, he's crazy. He's the craziest man I've ever seen, and I don't know if I can control him every single week, so I don't even try to. But I know Dean Ambrose and I, we are on good terms, to answer your question. We're fine. Listen, I know all the talk is about Rusev right now, but all the talk should be about Dean Ambrose and what he's going to do to Rusev tonight. Dean Ambrose is going to retain that Intercontinental Championship tonight, but not only that, he's going to move on to the Royal Rumble in 4 weeks' time and win the Royal Rumble match and main event WrestleMania, and I'm going to be there by his side every single step of the way, because that's me. Paul Heyman, I manage winners. I'm the advocate for the Intercontinental Champion, and I'm the advocate for the future World Heavyweight Champion right here on SmackDown. So as much as I'd love to stay and answer all your stupid questions, I've actually got to go advocate for my Intercontinental Championship client, Dean Ambrose. So if you excuse me. This man, our Intercontinental Champion, Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose looking to defend his Intercontinental Championship one more time here tonight. But he's going to have to do it against the up-and-coming star, one of the guys who is poised to be the next big thing here on SmackDown. And his name is Rusev, but the guy who probably is currently the next big thing is Dean Ambrose. He has the Intercontinental Championship to prove it, one of the hottest prizes here on SmackDown. It's a championship that everybody wants, but Dean Ambrose has it. And here comes Rusev. And he's not messing around here tonight. This is his biggest match thus far in his career. I know he had a huge match at Survivor Series that could have put him in the opportunity to have a match here at TLC for the World Heavyweight Championship. He missed out. He couldn't beat CM Punk on that occasion, but tonight he gets an Intercontinental Championship matchup. Just the second time here in his career on Universe Mode he's had an opportunity. The last time was at WrestleMania. It was a triple threat matchup. Rusev was unsuccessful on that occasion. It's been a long, difficult journey for Rusev ever since that match. And finally, he could go full circle tonight and finally win a championship and get it around his waist. Intercontinental Championship is on the line. Rusev has a title opportunity. Will Rusev walk away as the new Intercontinental Champion, or will Dean Ambrose hold on for one more match? Here we go. Ambrose, Rusev, let's get this one underway. Of course, Paul Heyman making his return tonight as well, accompanying Dean Ambrose. And this is definitely a night that Dean Ambrose could certainly use Paul Heyman in his corner. Because we know Paul Heyman, we haven't seen him all that much. But Paul Heyman, he told BrendenPlayz.com, he basically said, look, I'm only going to be here when Dean Ambrose needs me the most. This is a big match. I'm going to accompany Dean Ambrose. When there's a title match, I'm going to be there. But when it's just an everyday match on SmackDown, I don't have to be there. So, Paul Heyman making a special appearance tonight. Of course, Paul Heyman and Dean Ambrose aligned themselves before Dean Ambrose won the IC Championship many months ago. I think it was at the Night of Champions pay-per-view where Ambrose successfully won the championship. Of course, Paul Heyman aligned himself with Dean Ambrose, and ever since then, Dean Ambrose has had so much success. And like we said earlier, he is one of the favorites for the Royal Rumble and has been one of the fastest rising stars here on SmackDown ever since he came from Raw. He has just been so dominant. He just has been a completely new man. It's amazing what a change can do to somebody. You change, you go away from what you knew, you try something different, you take a risk, and sometimes it'll pay off, sometimes it won't. For Ambrose's sake, it certainly has paid off because he's gone from a guy who has so much potential, but it was really the laughing stock of the Shield, and now he's probably one of the best members we have here on SmackDown. He's one of the most informed superstars here on SmackDown. The roster just would not be the same without Dean Ambrose, as he's certainly one of our best, as Rusev is trying to take that spot away from Dean Ambrose. Rusev wants to prove that he is the next big thing, and of course the Intercontinental Championship has been a great commodity for a lot of superstars here, as well as the United States Championship over on Raw. holding these championships is really just the gateway to success. You know, we've touched on this in previous episodes of Universe Mode, but you look at a guy like Bray Wyatt. He was a former IC champion. Now he's trying to move his way up the card. You got Dolph Ziggler on Raw, I should say, who's really looking good as Ambrose has the submission hold applied very early on in this match. Will Rusev tap though? No, he won't. He survives. But you know, you look at our current WWE champion Seth Rollins. He is a former US champion, and as soon as he lost that US championship, well, in a matter of 4 weeks later, he won the WWE Championship. So these championships are really a great tool, a great way to build yourself up, gain confidence, gain the respect of the fans, and earn your way into the main event as shoulders were down. But Rusev manages to stay in it again as Ambrose has a hold of Rusev now. Wait a minute, Ambrose throws Rusev against the ropes, but Rusev sends him over the top. So Ambrose unable to capitalize there as Rusev gets himself back in this match. He's had a bit of a slow start. It's all been Ambrose, and once again Ambrose with another counter. So Ambrose has just been, you know, fighting his way through. He had a long stint with Bray Wyatt that finally ended at Survivor Series, where Bray Wyatt in the end had the last laugh at Survivor Series, but Dean Ambrose still walked away as the champion. And now Dean Ambrose, I guess he's probably got his eyes set on the Royal Rumble. That's where we probably think Ambrose is going to strike next. He has to be one of the favorites for SmackDown at the Royal Rumble. And at the moment, Rusev is in trouble. Here we go, Dirty Deeds. Bang, there it is. Dirty Deeds, could be it. This one's over. Here we go. No. Wow. Rusev kicking out. I think he may have had the ropes. I don't know, may have forced the break, but he kicks out and stays in this one. And wow, Ambrose is going to have to do a hell of a lot more damage to take Rusev out. And he went for the Dirty D's early, he connected, but it was certainly not enough to keep Rusev down, as Rusev trying to get himself back in the match. And that's a great way to go about it, as he just uses his body, the size, and the power. He's just a huge man, Rusev. Hasn't got the height, but certainly has the big size about him. He's 350 pounds. He's just a monster of a man. And now trying to strike away on Ambrose again, but Ambrose good enough to counter. And Ambrose trying to pick Rusev up, and a nice little corkscrew suplex there. Beautiful stuff. Here we go again. Another cover. Rusev's shoulders are down. No, he kicks out. Jeez, at 2.5. That was very close. And that could have been it. And Rusev's dream could have been over just like that, but Ambrose unable to get the victory. And you know how much this championship means to a guy like Rusev and Dean Ambrose. Both these guys, like I said, are two of the hottest rising stars here on SmackDown, and having this championship will suggest that you are the next big thing. And if Ambrose loses, you know, after having a pretty decent reign, but probably not the reign that he was hoping for, will that hinder his chances at moving up? Will Ambrose still have to earn his way back up to the card and have to try and win back this championship at some point? Or will he have done enough for Edge to be impressed, our current general manager on SmackDown, to be impressed, to give Ambrose the opportunity? At the moment, Ambrose is going to take an opportunity and take a risk on the top rope. Ambrose is going to fly. No, Rusev gets back to his feet before Ambrose can do it. And now Rusev with another counter into the midsection. Ambrose, here we go again. What's he got planned? Going to try and pick Rusev up again this time. Bit of hang time. Look at the power of Dean Ambrose suplexing the 350-pounder with ease. And Rusev kicking Ambrose away, trying to stay in this one, doing everything he possibly can to stay alive. Rusev's already taken one Dirty Deeds, and he hasn't really shown too much of offense of his own. Here we go again. Shoulders are down. And Ambrose will kick out at 2. Still in this matchup, ladies and gentlemen. This is a close one. Ambrose has the upper hand at the moment. But who is going to take this one out? Both men need this championship more than anything right now. Rusev. Oh, again, another suplex. Beautiful stuff there from Ambrose. Is that enough to put him away? But, oh, nice little elbow shot there. Right to the heart of Rusev. Not going for the cover. Wait a minute. Uh-oh. He's got the legs, and now he's got the submission hold applied. Ambrose has won a few matches with this hold, and he's done it again. Rusev can't hang on, and Ambrose is forced to tap out, and Dean Ambrose has retained his Intercontinental Championship somehow, some way, pulling out the victory. Rusev was kicking out of everything, staying in it, but Rusev just had nothing left in the tank when it was all said and done. Dean Ambrose walks away, still your Intercontinental Champion in our first championship match of the night. What a victory for Dean Ambrose here tonight, folks. What a match between Ambrose and Rusev. Ambrose, still the next big thing here on SmackDown. Rusev has still got a little bit of work to do before he gets there, but I guarantee you Rusev is not done yet. Big victory for Ambrose. Will he win the Royal Rumble? He's one of the favorites. That's the next stop for Ambrose, but he's still our Intercontinental Champion, and I know Rusev will be gunning for another rematch as we move on to our next matchup. Alright, our Divas Championship is on the line as our champion Brie Bella comes to the ring, and she'll be defending her championship not against one diva but two in a triple threat matchup. And we'll get into how this one all began in a moment as our challenger comes to the ring. Coming down the aisle, here is AJ Lee. And geez, she has been in hell of a good form at the moment. She is absolutely dominating the Divas division right now. But will that good form translate into championship? Well, I don't know. I mean, will she get the gold around her waist? We'll find out tonight as this diva, our former Divas champion, Paige, will be our final challenger in this one. Our former champion, but I tell you what, she's had a pretty rough month. We saw AJ Lee dominating, while we've seen Paige do the exact opposite. She's been struggling, and she needs a big, big win here tonight. I don't think she's really going to be able to do it. I mean, it's going to be very tough. You know, you want to have momentum coming into a title match. Paige certainly does not have that. So, will she be able to do it, though? You know, maybe all that matters is being the best on the night, I suppose, but certainly having a bit of momentum coming in towards the pay-per-view certainly helps as the Divas Championship is raised above as we get ready for a triple threat matchup. Brie Bella, AJ Lee, and Paige, here we go, and straight away AJ Lee coming after Brie, and of course Brie Bella winning the championship at Survivor Series. AJ Lee, 4-time champion here in Universe Mode. She's been the longest reigning Divas champion. But AJ Lee has been recently falling out of favor in the Divas Championship division. Of course, she won the championship and she lost it to Paige. And unfortunately, AJ, ever since losing it to Paige, and she had a rematch clause and she lost that, well, she's just been, you know, at the bottom of the pack. But I guess she's been that good that she wasn't able to stay down there for very long because she kept beating everybody she was facing, and now she's done enough to force her way into the championship matchup by defeating Brie Bella on Monday Night Raw earlier this week, and now she has the opportunity to become a 5-time Divas champion here in Universe Mode. Yes, 5 times. I mean, the Divas Championship has been passed around to everybody, but certainly AJ Lee has held on to it the most times and for the longest. Brie Bella, 2-time champion. I believe Paige is a 2-time champion as well. So both divas have won the championship and know how to win title big matches. So, and I guess this is going to be a very, very interesting matchup because I think Brie Bella still has to be the favorite coming in because she is the champion. But of course, triple threat rules. She doesn't have to be pinned or submitted. So AJ Lee having all the momentum coming in, perhaps she is the favorite. But definitely Brie Bella winning the championship. She's been on a big high, and she's been winning enough matches, in my opinion, to say and suggest that she's been pretty decent coming into this matchup. Unfortunately, she did lose to Paige, and she did lose to AJ, so I guess you could question that, but I still think Brie Bella has to be the favorite. She is the champion for a reason. She is the #1 diva right now. Paige is struggling. AJ Lee has been very good on Raw and SmackDown, but is that going to be good enough to get it done here tonight at TLC? Of course, Paige, if she's pinned, well, then by Brie, well, then AJ Lee, she loses. She doesn't have to be involved in the decision, which could mean that AJ Lee, even though she's been that good and that great, it won't mean anything. So we'll have to wait and see how this one kind of pans out. But at the moment, Brie Bella's just sitting in the corner and just letting these two women go at it. And I guess that's a good strategy. That's always, in my opinion, the way to go. You know, let the other two battle it out, reserve your energy, and you know, let the other two beat each other up so badly that you can just swoop in and take the victory. But it's not always that easy. As now Brie Bella's getting double teamed here by Paige and AJ Lee. And Paige, now she's watching on. She wants a piece of Brie Bella, though. She's got Brie and drills the knee right into the midsection. So the Divas division has certainly been heating up in recent times. I mean, you know, we've had the rise of Paige this year especially. You know, she was not really doing all that much, and then she became the top diva in the company. And AJ Lee's been without a doubt the best diva in the history of Universe Mode. But we've seen a lot of divas come and go, but I think these three divas are certainly three of our best. It hasn't been up until the last couple of months that Brie Bella's really started to pick up her game. Before that, she was struggling herself. So this has been a very telling situation in the Divas division. Some Divas, they can stay at the top for a long time, others cannot. And I firmly believe that these three can do it, but Brie, she's yet to defend her championship in her title run. This is her first title defense. Of course, she never got to defend her championship first time around. She had to vacate it. Now this is her first chance to really prove that she does deserve to be a champion. Took her a long time between drinks to win the championship back after she lost it the first time. You know, over a year. And of course, Paige, well, this is her chance to get her championship back after losing it at Survivor Series. She was going to get a one-on-one matchup, and she would have won apparently because she did beat Brie. She beat Brie on SmackDown, but I guess you could suggest, well, does that really matter? Does that really count, considering that the title match is only days away? Was Brie giving 100%? I don't know, but definitely still a big victory for Paige nonetheless. And wait a minute, Paige is going to get herself those steel steps. Well, it is triple threat rules, no DQ. And, well, is it tables, ladders, chairs, and stairs? Are we going to see that again, this time in Universe Mode? Perhaps, as the stairs are in the middle of the ring, haven't been used yet. Paige, can she even pick that up above her head and use them? Because apparently the steel stairs weigh 300 pounds, so I don't know if she's going to be able to pick them up. Don't always believe what WWE tell you, but is she going to be able to pick those stairs up? She's not using them just quite yet, as AJ and Brie going after each other right now. Paige wants to get involved, and now the double team. Oh, double DDT on AJ Lee. And now Brie trying to take advantage and get a hold of Paige, but Paige able to counter and takes down Brie Bella again. So it is Paige in control, standing tall at the moment. Is she going to look for a cover? No. Decided to pick up AJ Lee, who was down for longer, and continued working down her, but wasn't able to do that as AJ able to counter. And once again, Brie Bella and AJ Lee going after each other. But Brie straight away turns her attention to Paige and a big boot right to the head of Paige by Brie Bella. AJ Lee breaks it up though. Of course, triple threat rules, triple threat environment. You're always going to have to try and take out both members of the match. Now the submission applied, the yes lock. Is that going to be enough? No. Paige able to break it up. And unfortunately for Brie, oh wait a minute. Now AJ has a submission of her own. This time Paige breaks it up. Well, we're going to see Paige put in the PTO to make it 3 from 3. Jeez, the submissions are all coming out right now. None really being all that successful because you have to try and take out one of your other opponents and make it a one-on-one situation to put your opponent away. And now, running bulldog there by AJ Lee. Down goes Paige. Here we go now with the cover. Brie Bella's right there to break it up though and keep the title match alive as she tries to defend her championship for the first time once again. Yes, lock again! Yes, lock again! It's locked in! And AJ Lee quickly taps out and Brie Bella sneaks away with a victory. Paige wasn't even able to get in there and break it up. AJ Lee tapped out that quickly. It was over. AJ Lee not able to hold on, and the yes lock once again prevails for Brie Bella. She had it in the first time, here you go, but Paige able to break it up. Then AJ Lee hit back with the Black Widow. That wasn't enough. And then later on, we saw, here we go, the second time, yes lock, and AJ Lee, she was in it for about 5 seconds, and then straight away she tapped out. Paige was coming over to break it up, but she was a second too late, and Brie Bella hangs on to her championship, still Divas champion, and finally she gets to defend her championship and does so successfully. She will be our new champion heading in towards the new year, and that's good to see. She won the championship Survivor Series, holding it on here at TLC. Big victory for Brie Bella. What is next for the Divas division? Who's going to be the next Diva to step up and try and take that title away from Brie Bella? We'll find out in the coming weeks, but a big victory for Brie as we move on to our next matchup. Alright, here comes one of our newest tag teams here in Universe Mode. Their names are the Lucha Dragons, Kalisto and Sin Cara. And of course, they are here on the SmackDown brand, looking to make a bit of an impact, and they have an opportunity tonight as they face The Miz and Sandow. I was going to say Mizdow, but it's Sandow. And this is an opportunity to prove themselves to be the next contenders for the World Tag Team Championships. And here comes their opponents, and we'll talk about how their transition from Miz and Mizdow has, they're going away from that has certainly changed them around. You know, they've turned them around from being a team that's been losing every damn week to now a team that's working well together. They're a team that's winning, they're a team that's looking good, and they're a team on the rise. And I think, you know, even though they've had their ups and downs, I still think that there is some value left in this team, and I still think they may be able to sneak away tonight as number one contenders and perhaps win the championships at the Royal Rumble against the Usos, who are our current World Tag Team Champions. As Damien Sandow will start this one off with Kalisto in the middle of the ring. And the winner will, of course, have the opportunity for the tag titles, and that's something that we need to really kind of assess here. And, you know, we've seen the Wyatt family and the Usos battle each other for a while now for the World Tag titles, and we haven't really seen another team that's been good enough to challenge the Usos just quite yet. So that's why we're having this matchup. We're wanting to determine who is the next big team here on SmackDown. We don't know who it's going to be. So the Lucha Dragons have decided to throw their name into the mix by coming along and debuting on Main Event a few weeks ago, and these two teams have been having a bit of a rivalry here on Main Event, battling each other for the last 4 or so weeks, week in, week out. As here we go, cover now, Sandow trying to put Kalisto away, not going to be able to do it. So yeah, these two teams have been battling each other out on Main Event, and you know, they've had match after match after match, singles matches, tag matches, and now we're going to put this little rivalry to bed as one of these teams will walk away as the next number one contenders. And it's really been even. I mean, both teams have been trading wins back and forward, so I really don't know who is the better out of the two just quite yet. So this is why this match had to happen, as Sin Cara will enter this matchup. But well, Sandow's not quite finished with Kalisto yet, as he wants to get him back in the ring. But Sin Cara, well, he takes advantage of the distracted Sandow and slams Sandow down, and now Sandow's attention is back on the prize, and that is beating Sin Cara right here and trying to get himself, and he's part of the Miz number one contenders. Of course, for the last few months it's been Damien Mizdow and the Miz. Sandow's been forced by the Miz to replicate and imitate the Miz and dress like the Miz, use the Miz's moves and be exactly like the Miz. But now the Miz finally put his ego aside for once and decided, look, you can be your own man. You can do what you want. You can be your own person and be you. And that's what Sandow has now begun doing, and it's working. You know, if one guy, let's just say the Miz is losing. You know, if the Miz is not doing any good, why would Sandow be doing any better? Because Sandow is replicating the Miz and doing the exact same things as the Miz. So if you can beat the Miz, you're obviously going to beat Sandow, but at least, you know, now they have two different types of personalities, two different ring styles. If the Miz isn't doing well, we can tag in Sandow, and he's a different man. He's a whole different animal to take on. It's not the same guy, because you tag in Sandow or Mizdow, well, it's the same as the Miz. So if you're beating up the Miz, well, you're going to be able to beat up Mizdow. So this is a much better way to win. This is a much better move from the Miz and Sandow, and I really feel as though this change could elevate them to tag team gold. But they have to get through the Lucha Dragons here tonight, and they're a new team, like I said, on the blocks, and you never know what to expect from a new team. We saw the Ascension come in a few months ago, and they immediately made a huge impact and won the tag titles within their first month. The Lucha Dragons won't quite get that opportunity, but they could almost do the exact same thing if they win tonight. They could win the tag gold very, very quickly at least. But they're going to have to get through the Miz and Sandow. And so far, I think the Miz and Sandow are in control of this match. Sin Cara and the Miz in there at the moment. And Sin Cara's just struggling just a touch. As a nice little uppercut there to try and force his way back into this one. Follows it up with a kick to the back. And that's much better there from Sin Cara. And obviously, the Lucha Dragons love to fly. And a very high-flying team. So the Miz will have to try and slow up the matchup. And that's exactly what he's doing now with a clothesline that has grounded Sin Cara for the time being, and a nice neck breaker to follow it up as well. The Miz looking very, very good at the moment. And bang, down goes Sin Cara. skull-crushing finale. 2. No, he kicks out. Well, was it the skull-crushing finale? I don't quite think so. I should refrain from saying that. Now this is the skull-crushing finale. My bad. That's the skull-crushing finale. That could be enough to win this match. And the Lucha Dragons stay alive thanks to Kalisto. I jumped the gun a little bit there, but that time skull-crushing. Oh, wait a minute. Sin Cara reversing it, but only getting a 1 count. Jeez, that would have been a big upset if he had taken the skull-crushing finale and got the backslide and won the matchup. So, unfortunately for him, not able to do it as Sandow gets back in. So the Miz has done his part. Now it's up to Sandow to finish it off. As a nice arm drag, down goes Damien Sandow, the cover. Very close to the ropes, but it's just a 1 count as well. So here we go, Sandow and Sin Cara. Sin Cara, the bigger out of the two between Kalisto and Sin Cara, but certainly not a powerful man at all. He still relies on that high-flying style as he takes down Damien Sandow again. Here we go. This is a very crucial point in this matchup. We've seen Sin Cara struggling in a big-time spinebuster. The Miz and Sandow are in control, but this is the moment where they have to use that control that they have and turn that into a victory. And now they've allowed the tag of Kalisto. That's a big mistake. They had this match won, they had Sin Cara down and out, but now with that tag, that could change everything as Kalisto takes down Sandow. The tides have turned. Can they stay in it? Can the Lucha Dragons keep fighting? Can they possibly earn their way to become the next #1 contenders? As a beautiful leg sweep there by Damien Sandow. And I tell you what, it's great to see his own moves again. And just like this, Damien Sandow specialty. Beautiful elbow. Here we go. The cover now. This could be it. And no. Almost though, as he gets the 2 count from the elbow, but you'd have to say this could be the beginning of the end. Sandow hit the elbow of disdain, might be able to put him away now. Here we go, picks him up, bang, drills him down. And this is it, as Damien Sandow walks away as the victor with The Miz and Sandow, new #1 contenders for the World Tag Team titles. You just got the feeling they were the better team tonight. The Lucha Dragons have been fighting hard, but just was not their night. As the egotistical Miz and his partner Damien Sandow walk away as the victors tonight in a very, very big win. They will face the Usos down the line for a World Tag Team Championship opportunity. Big, big victory. Will they be our next World Tag Team Champions, or was it just plain old luck? We'll find out in the future, but a big victory. I certainly don't think the Lucha Dragons are done, folks. That's just the beginning of their run, but hey, they're a new team on the blocks. They'll get it right very soon, but the Miz and Sandow have been around for a while, and now they are starting to click as a team. But we're not done yet here on the SmackDown side of things as we get ready for Christian versus Bray Wyatt. Alrighty, so Christian wants one more match against Chris Jericho, but before he gets there, he has to get through Bray Wyatt to do that. As Christian goes one-on-one with Bray Wyatt tonight. Christian coming back to SmackDown a couple of months ago, and ever since, well, he's trying to prove that he's worthy of facing the champ, Chris Jericho. Also, Christian promises tonight that he's going to do something big. He's got something big in store for us. Does that mean he's going to try and do whatever it takes to beat Bray Wyatt, or is he talking about something else? I don't know, but we know Christian is ready to go, and he's going to try and do everything he possibly can to get his hands on Chris Jericho. But obviously Bray Wyatt has been aligned with Chris Jericho in recent weeks, and he's got the Wyatt family by his side tonight. And this is going to be a big one. Bray Wyatt versus Christian. And I know this match is going to be great because these two guys both want the same thing. Bray Wyatt, former Intercontinental Champion, has been trying to work his way up to the top of the card. And in the last couple of weeks, these guys have been facing off. Of course, at Survivor Series, they had a match against one another as Christian, who was on Team Undertaker, and Bray Wyatt, who was on Team Jericho. They had a match, and it was Bray Wyatt who got the victory that time. And then a couple of tag matches on SmackDown as well, where these two guys have been opposed against one another. And I think Bray Wyatt has had the better of the two so far. So we'll wait and see if Christian can get it done. Of course, Christian did get a huge victory over CM Punk a few weeks ago. So Christian certainly hasn't been lacking, and he's certainly been good enough in my books to deserve an opportunity at Chris Jericho. But he's still trying to prove that he's deserving, and a victory over Bray Wyatt will certainly help his favor. And well, he's been pretty lucky though. He's kind of just entered SmackDown in a roster that's been filled of top guys, and he's had the opportunities that he's had. Is that because he is best friends with our general manager Edge? Probably. He's had a lot of big opportunities to prove himself, and he's probably very, very lucky to be in the position that he is right now. And he probably will get an opportunity at Jericho down the line if he can get a victory tonight. So he has to get through the Wyatt family first, and their leader, Bray Wyatt. And he has both of his members, former World Tag Team Champions, by his side. We haven't seen them all that much lately, as they've been trying to rebuild as a tag team, trying to find out what their next move is and what the Wyatt family's next move is. Of course, they were the most dominant stable for a long time there. For a period of time, they were just beating everybody. They held nearly all the gold here on SmackDown. They were so good, and now they hold no more gold, and they're just trying to regroup, find their spot. But Bray Wyatt has still been very, very good despite losing his championship against Dean Ambrose. Bray Wyatt teaming himself up with Chris Jericho. I think it's been a very good move for him. He's staying in the winner's circle, and he's still keeping his name out there and still dominating superstars like he knows best. As Christian taken down there by a leg sweep. Now Bray Wyatt trying to just choke Christian, and Christian obviously has no help tonight, as the two Wyatt family members are there to help out if need be, and that's certainly going to help Bray Wyatt in this one. As Christian, the odds are stacked against him. Is he going to be able to do this here tonight? And like I said, he's got a huge chip on his shoulder and waiting to do anything he possibly can to get his hands on Chris Jericho, who disrespected Christian a few weeks ago, saying that you're not worthy of being on my team, you're not good enough, I don't need you anymore, why would I want you? So these two guys, former best friends, working together as tag team partners. As it turned out, Jericho was just using Christian the whole time to better his own good, and Christian just feels like a fool, just feels like an idiot, trusting Jericho for wanting to do good with him and wanting to be tag partners with him and try and take over SmackDown like they did Raw. And Christian, well, unfortunately, he's just been played by Chris Jericho, who will just do anything for his own good. He'll do anything to further his own career. If that means destroying a friendship, he's absolutely fine to do that. And that's exactly what he's done with Christian. And another neck breaker. Down goes Bray Wyatt. Christian in control at the moment. And elbow drop to follow it up as well. And like I said, Bray Wyatt is on the rebuild. He's on the rebound. And a victory over Christian will maybe perhaps throw his name in the world title contention. I think there's a few guys probably ahead of Bray Wyatt at this point. Obviously John Cena's there. Batista's around. Brock Lesnar. CM Punk if he doesn't get it done again. So there's a few names ahead of Bray Wyatt in my opinion, but he's certainly up there with an opportunity, and obviously beating Christian will certainly help his chances. As Christian takes down Bray Wyatt again. I think Christian, since he's having such a huge personal issue with Chris Jericho, that will certainly help his chances and perhaps influence his Edge's decision of giving him the opportunity perhaps at the Royal Rumble, if it does turn out the way it's meant to be, and that's a Christian victory and a Jericho victory later on, as Bray Wyatt trying to take down Christian, not able to do it, as this time he gets him though. And Bray Wyatt trying to get himself back in this match. He's just struggling a little bit, Bray. He just hasn't really had much of an impact just quite yet, as he takes down Christian with a DDT, and the submission hold, it is applied as he's stretching back the neck of Christian. He hasn't got a hold of those arms or anything like that, so I think Christian has both arms free, probably able to crawl his way out. But Bray Wyatt just says, well, that's probably not going to get it done. I'll let go and we'll continue doing something else. And not a bad idea, as Bray Wyatt is taken down by Christian. And now, here we go. Christian has the leg of Bray, and they're bending the leg back. That is not pretty, and that could keep the big man grounded. And that's probably what Christian wouldn't mind doing. As he takes down Bray. And I don't know how the hell that busted him open, but there you go. Both Wyatt family members, they sense the urgency of that situation. How the hell that busted him open in the head? I think the back of his head hit the mat, but apparently his forehead was busted open. WWE logic. But anyways, the Wyatt family interfered and has allowed Bray Wyatt to take advantage as Christian is down. Like we said a moment ago, the odds are stacked against Christian. The numbers game is certainly against him. As Bray off the top rope, wow! You certainly don't see that very often. And he hits an elbow drop to perfection, right in the heart of Christian. Bray Wyatt trying to do everything he possibly can to win this match. And now Christian has Bray. No, he doesn't. And he counted and takes down Christian. As the blood is pouring out of Bray Wyatt's skull. And Christian with a neck breaker as well. Here we go. Christian looking very, very good at this point in time. And this could be the beginning of the end for Bray Wyatt. Christian thinking about setting him up for it. Here we go. The kill switch. Yes! Kill the switch because Christian might be about to put Bray Wyatt away. And no, the Wyatt family once again getting involved, saving the match for Bray. That was it. That was all she wrote. And the Wyatts getting involved and saving their leader. Bray Wyatt still in it. The Wyatt family have interfered twice now. The referee, how much longer is he going to allow this to go on for? Christian being close to victory twice. Unfortunately, for his own sake, the Wyatts have been getting involved. And Eric Rowan getting close to Christian. And Christian, has a hold of Rowan, throwing Rowan in the ring. And Bray and Christian both follow Eric Rowan and both get in the ring themselves. Eric Rowan gets the hell out of there. And now Bray Wyatt has the advantage, has Christian into the corner. And Christian still able to counter. Christian looking very good. Christian in control again with a neck breaker. So the Wyatt family are throwing everything and everybody at Christian, and it's still not good enough. As Christian is countering everything. He's on the top of his game. This match means more to him than anything. He needs this match for his own sanity. To prove a point, to prove his own worth, to prove that he is good enough to hang with the likes of Jericho. Christian needs to beat Bray Wyatt tonight. For the opportunity of a one-on-one matchup against Chris Jericho down the line. Christian needs this. Here we go now. The cover. Bray Wyatt unable to get it done as Christian powers out at one. Bray Wyatt, takes down Christian. Nice move there by Bray, who's fighting. He's barely in this match at the moment. He can thank the Wyatt family for keeping him alive, but Bray is struggling. Christian in control. But Bray has a hold of Christian. Can he do something now to turn the tide? That might be enough. But look at him, he's gassed, he's struggling, he's used so much energy trying to get himself back into it. Christian has been outmaneuvering him in every single way possible, and Bray Wyatt just has nothing left in the tank to try and get it done. And now, throws Christian in the corner again. This time, turns him around. Here we go. What's Bray Wyatt got planned? Just a big boot right in the midsection. I don't know what Bray Wyatt's doing here. I don't know if he knows what he's doing either. I think he's just trying to pull out all the stops. Is he thinking about going to the top rope? No, he's not. Christian rolling out of the corner, trying to get back to his feet, crawling away. Bray Wyatt not allowing him to get back to his feet though. As Christian now rolling out of harm's way and back up to his feet and immediately takes down Bray Wyatt. Christian in control still, dominating this matchup despite a late fury here from Bray Wyatt, doing everything he possibly can to stay in it, but it's just simply not enough at the moment. And Bray Wyatt, there we go, that could be the opening that Bray Wyatt needs. Can he get to the cover? Not going to do it. Is he still going to choke Christian away? Bray Wyatt, ruthless, relentless right now, and that may be it. Here we go. 2. No, kicks out at 1. Bray Wyatt still in this match, but just barely. Christian has had to fight off both the Wyatt family members and Bray Wyatt. And still Christian in control, but now Bray Wyatt, I think, may have just turned that all around, and it could be Bray Wyatt walking away as the victor tonight. No, Christian still just in this matchup. But for how long? Is Bray Wyatt about to pull off a big victory here? And the cover, and Luke Harper getting himself involved. Now Eric Rowan as well. Both Wyatt family members on the apron. The referee, surely, how much longer can this go on for? And I think he's told them to take a hike, get the hell out of here, and both members have had to leave the ring. And now, this is exactly what Christian wants. Oh, Christian, kick to the head. Here we go. This could be it. No, Bray Wyatt. Oh, wow. Bray Wyatt with the Sister Abigail. Oh, my. But can he capitalize? Can he get to the cover? Christian was about to try and put Bray Wyatt away. Bray Wyatt hitting the Sister Abigail, but Bray Wyatt couldn't get the cover. And now Christian back on his knees, trying to crawl his way out and trying to get back to his feet. Bray Wyatt and Christian both getting back to their feet at the same time. Bray Wyatt just had nothing left in the tank. Bray Wyatt had this match won, hit his biggest move, and that was not enough to keep Christian down long enough for Bray to be able to capitalize. And now Christian might make Bray pay for his mistake. The Wyatt family are not here to save him. Here we go. Kill switch. Kill switch. The cover. Christian, is he gonna do it? 2. Yes. The 3 count. Christian pulls off an unlikely victory. The odds were stacked against him, and Christian has done it. There it was earlier on in the match. We had the kill switch. But luckily for Bray, the Wyatt family got themselves involved. The Wyatt family were ejected. It was a Sister Abigail, but Bray Wyatt unable to capitalize. It turned into the kill switch, and there you go. 1, 2, and 3. That was it. Christian, what a win. He turned it all around. That was a very, very impressive victory. And Chris Jericho, watch your back, because this man is gunning for you. He's had a couple of big victories since arriving on SmackDown. I think he's done enough to earn himself an opportunity at the world title. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section down below. But Christian, heating up, firing up. And Chris Jericho may just be his next target as we get ready to move on to our next matchup. This one is going to be a big one in itself. It's for the WWE Tag Team titles. It's the Ascension versus Zayn and Neville, Next Generation. Alright, so the WWE Tag Team Championships are on the line as the Ascension coming out to face off against Neville and Sami Zayn in what has been a big build-up towards this one. The Ascension approaching the ring right now, and they have the championships in their grasp, and it's been an interesting week, a couple of weeks for the Ascension. We haven't seen a lot of them, and I just feel as though they're starting to be a little bit vulnerable. I don't know if their head is in the game or what's going on, but they've just shown some signs of humanity, I guess, because they've lost a few matches. You know, before that, they almost seemed unbeatable. They just were dominating like everyone in the tag team division. But now, you know, they've dropped a couple of matches here and there, and I just get the feeling that perhaps this could be the night that we see the Ascension lose these championships if their head is not in the game, because their opponents, they're hungry. They really, really want this matchup. They really, really want this victory, and they need those championships. And here comes one half of the tag team we're talking about right now. It is Sami Zayn representing Next Generation. And what a build-up towards this one for these two guys in Next Generation. They had to go through Cesaro and Kid in a best out of 3 series. It was amazing. 3 great matches between these two teams. And we saw it go one apiece, and the final took place on Monday Night Raw 2 weeks ago. And Neville and Zayn pulled off the big victory and somehow, someway managed to get themselves in this match. Honestly, I didn't expect them to be here. I actually thought Cesaro and Kid were going to get it done, but Neville and Zayn persevered. They got it done. You know, there's been a lot of talk about these two guys. Where are they going to go in the future? You know, if they lose tonight, are they going to split? Are they going to stay together as a tag team? You know, are they, you know, what are their goals? You know, do they want to be tag champions, or are they just using this as a way to kind of insert themselves here on the roster and get their career started? Or, you know, or is there long-term game, okay, I just want to get myself on the main events, I just want to get myself on the pay-per-views, I just want to, you know, be involved on the show every single week. This is a way to do it, and I can do this, and eventually I'll split away and try and become a singles champion. Is that their goal? Or are these two guys legitimate friends coming together and actually wanting to win tag team championship gold? I can't tell you the answer to that one, because I don't know, but you know, I guess to their credit though, despite having a few losses next to their names, despite struggling just a little bit as a team, they've still persevered and they've still stayed together as a team for this long. And a lot of you guys have been asking me, Brendan, these two guys have to go. You got to split them up, but they're still wanting to stay together as a team. They're still fighting and still trying to win these tag titles, and this is their best opportunity that they have had here at TLC for the tag titles as Neville enters this match against Victor. As Sami Zayn gets taken out for his troubles, as Victor has Neville up and he tosses him back down. So good start here for the Ascension, and they really have personified tag team excellence, because they have really been straight out of a textbook. Fantastic tag team work, back and forth tags, using tag team maneuvers, isolating their opponents, just really showing us what tag team work is all about. They've been very, very impressive, and they've beaten the likes of the Dudleys, the New Day, and now they're looking to add Neville and Zayn to their list. So, very, very impressive team. And the Ascension, though, when they first arrived, we weren't too sure. Their debut, they lost. They lost against the Dudleys, and we weren't quite sure where the Ascension were going to go from there. Were they going to, go downhill from there and not really amount to much? But they kept on winning and winning and winning. They beat the Dudleys, got themselves into the title contention, won the championships, and ever since they've been very, very dominant until the last few weeks, where we're starting to see a few cracks in the team. But I think in a pay-per-view environment, a title match environment, they're going to step it up and go into a whole new level. And can Neville and Zayn match that level at the moment, as Connor in there with Neville with a nice back breaker, as Neville using his speed and quickness to take down the legs of Connor, and the tag has been made. Obviously a bit of a size difference between Connor and Sami Zayn in this one, and they need to try and use that size and utilize that to their own advantage, as Zayn still stomping away on the chest of Connor, and just pushing him out of the way. And here we go, bust and crab applied. Sami Zayn very, very close to those ropes. Is he going to tap out? No, as the hold has been let go. I think he probably knew that he was so close to those ropes it probably wouldn't matter anyway. And a nice little snap suplex there by Sami Zayn. So the tag division here on Raw, it's really been all about building towards the next big team here on the show. We've had the Ascension come through and take those titles from the New Day, who've been very, very good. But we're kind of looking for the next team. Who's going to be the next team to step it up? We thought it was going to be Cesaro and Kid, but it turned out to be Zayn and Neville. And if Zayn and Neville don't get it done, maybe Cesaro and Kid will be the next team to step up. But definitely there's a fair few teams here on Raw, and they're really trying to stake their claim as the next contenders for these championship titles. So whoever wins tonight is certainly going to have their hands full in the next few weeks as tag team champions. There's a double tag here as Victor back in, as is Zayn. So both teams tagging out quickly here. They just want to keep each other fresh, and that's the way to go about it. But no team has really got the upper hand here, as Victor has Sami Zayn right where he wants him, though, as he's going to try and take him down. But no, a counter there by Sami Zayn, and a nice leg sweep as down goes Connor. And standing moonsault there by Sami Zayn. So good start here from Zayn, who's looking pretty good here against Victor. But that could be gone just like that. And he's going to go for the tag and get there. So, well, look, he had the advantage. Look at that. Big clothesline off the top. Sami Zayn had the advantage. And straight away, the Ascension. This is what has been their best asset. Their best quality. Being able to go from a bad situation and turn it into a good situation very, very quickly. He was in trouble. Sami Zayn was starting to build towards something. Nice move there by Connor, I should say, taking down Neville. And, look, they were able to take out Sami Zayn, get the tag, and take the advantage back into their own favor. So this has been what's been very, very impressive with the Ascension. What I've certainly enjoyed about that tag team run thus far. Zayn, just tossed around. So now Zayn still fighting, and Zayn, he had a fantastic match a few weeks ago with Cesaro and Kid. He really just absolutely dominated and carried Neville and Zayn to a victory in one of those matches. It was an absolutely brilliant performance. So Sami Zayn is really stepping up his own game. He really, really wants this victory, and that's good to see. So I really feel as though these guys are focused on winning these tag titles. It's not just about personal gain. It's about being a team and being successful together, as Sami Zayn in trouble. The Faller Man might be on. There it is. Faller Man. That could be it. They're going to retain their tag titles. No. As Neville comes in there and saves the day for Sami Zayn. And the Ascension back in control in this one, though. as Sami Zayn is in trouble. He's not having the dominant performance that we saw from a few weeks ago. Instead, it's the Ascension dominating him. Uh-oh, here we go, springboard. Oh, a springboard uppercut. As Victor again looking very, very good. And Neville having to do everything he can to try and keep this one alive. Zayn needs to find something. Here we go again. A nice hip toss there by Zayn. And oh, again, another standing moonsault. So he's trying to do everything he can to keep this one alive for his team, but he really needs to find a tag ASAP. Oh, there it is. Here we go. Shoulders down. 2. He's got him, though. Oh, wow. He was so close. He pulled that out of really nothing, Sami Zayn, and almost getting the victory for his team until Connor saved the day. And now Neville has been tagged in, and here we go. This could be very, very exciting indeed, as the match is probably going to get very quick at the moment. As here we go. Neville up the top. Uh-oh. Oh! And stomping into the chest of Victor. And Neville again. Uh-oh. Hurricane Rana from behind, coming in and just taking out Victor. And Connor is right there to break that one up. Won't get too excited about that, as it's very, very close between these two teams at the moment. Back and forth, the Ascension in control, and now Next Generation in control. It's incredible between these two teams at the moment. And uh-oh, we might see this again. Here we go. We saw this on Zayn. We're going to see this on Neville. Here we go. Baller Man. And this could be it. Zayn has to get there, and he does at the count of 2 and stays alive. Just barely. The Ascension looking very good, as Connor just picking up and showing his strength and his size and utilizing it against Neville right now. The much bigger out of the two men in the ring. And again, Zayn just getting there in the nick of time. Neville trying to hang on here. This really might be their last and one and only chance. You know, could be their last opportunity to really succeed as a tag team. They've had numerous chances to get themselves in contendership, and they've failed. You know, they're going to go back in the line tonight. If they lose here, they have to win. Shoulders down. Here we go. This could be it. Neville's got him. No, not quite yet. So this really could be their last chance. If they don't win tonight, it could be truly all over for this team. And this really, without much of a choice, could be the end of this team. They have to try and win tonight. If they lose, then all these other tag teams that are fighting for the same position that they're in will go ahead of them. And they're going to have to wait their time. You know, how long can these two guys wait? Are they willing to wait 2-3 months before they can get themselves back in title contention? I don't know. And that will really be the telling question between these two. How long will these guys wait until they get their opportunities? Here we go. Beautiful move again by Neville. He has Connor down where he wants him. And he gets the cover. Cannot hook the leg, though. And he stays in it. Just barely. The Ascension still in this match, but for how much longer, though? How much longer can the Ascension survive with Neville pulling out the moves like that? And now, uh-oh, Connor, oh! Face first goes Neville. And he's going to roll him over. This could be it, folks. But Zayn is there again. Zayn is right there to try and keep this one going for his team, but it's really not looking all that great for Neville. But I mean, it's back and forth. I mean, at times, you know, Neville's looking good, but then the Ascension squashed that immediately. And now, if he gets the tag, well, this will not be good for the team of Next Generation. And again, here we go. What do these two guys got planned now? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh! Just both of them running as hard as they can at Neville. A double battering ram. 2. And that's it. That's it. The Ascension both launching themselves at Neville. And the tag team work, the impressive tag team work, has been enough to grant them the victory tonight. As the Ascension survive one more night as tag champs. Here you go. Baller Man to Sami Zayn earlier on in the match. They did this to Neville as well. There it was. That's a big move. Springboard uppercut. That was a thing of beauty as well. And unfortunately, Sami Zayn was not able to get in there and break up the cover. And the Ascension will survive one more night as tag team champions. And they really are starting to build towards an impressive title reign. If they can hold on to these championships for a couple more months, this will certainly be one of the best title reigns we've seen here in Universe Mode. As there you go, Connor raises the titles, the Ascension still tag team champions.